may be seated. We would like to welcome you today as we honor this outstanding class of 2023. First off, I would like to start out with an introduction. Representing the class of 2023, the salutatorian, Mr. Hunter Morton. Hunter is the son of Jamie and Lewis Morton. He is a member of FFA, FCA, Stuco, AJMAA, basketball, football, and track. His future plans include attending Oklahoma State University to study ag business and ag economics. His favorite quote by himself is, "If we all do a little bit better, we'll do better." State Track Meet 2022. Mr. Hunter Morton.
Thank you for the great introduction. I guess I'll start these speeches off. I'd like to start by thanking God for giving me this great opportunity. At Stratford schools, I developed skills and traits far beyond what I expected. The teachers, coaches, and staff truly care and want you to succeed in everything you do. I also want to thank my family and friends for traveling many miles to attend my graduation. Your love and support is greatly appreciated. I want to tell a short story that expresses what I believe is extremely important. Having had my freshman year washed away by the Rona, I couldn't compete in activities after spring break. Coming back stronger than ever, I was ready to tackle my sophomore year. After an intense football and basketball season, I was given the opportunity to run for the high school track team. Having had little to no track experience, I was prepared for what I was getting myself into. After countless hours of running, cramping, and worst of all, puking, I concluded track was the worst sport of all time. Having had a hard-headed coach, I was pushed to my limit each time I laced up. Getting close to the regionals, I was ready to showcase my ability. The 400-meter dash is an intense one lap around the track. Being one of the most killer races, I prepared my body for destruction each time I competed. The 400-meter dash was an all-out sprint of pain, strength, and most of all, heart. Coming up a tenth of a second short, I ended with a time of 54.29. I finished my sophomore career without getting a ticket to the 2A state track meet. Having tasted defeat, I wanted nothing more than to participate in the state track meet. Craving a medal, that day I made a choice that would change my life forever. Placing a piece of paper on the wall, I'd set my very first goal. Waking up each morning, I glanced at that paper reading 54.29. After working hard throughout the athletic seasons, it was finally time. After countless hours of conditioning, I returned to the regional track meet a year later. Being more motivated than ever, I destroyed my original time with a 51.85, placing second at regionals. I would later compete at state, finishing in 5th place. Getting a taste of state, I craved more. Putting a new paper on the wall, I set a new goal. Pushing my body every day to improve, my senior year of track was finally here. Winning almost every 400-meter dash event, I was ready to make my run at state. With fantastic support from my friends, family, and coaches, I was blessed. I was again prepared for state. Being extremely blessed, I finished this year's 2A state track meet with a silver medal and the title of state runner-up, an accomplishment I'll always be proud of. Now, this story isn't supposed to showcase my track career. This story symbolizes the importance of setting personal goals to achieve and to work for each day. Raising a question, I asked the class of 2023, what is your 54.29? What goal do you strive to accomplish each time you rise to a new day? What are you doing that is pushing yourself and others around you to greatness? Everyone wants what others have, but when the opposition hits, when the challenge hits, when the pain creeps in, when the uncertainty creeps in, when the cuts, the scars, and the bruises come, you just gotta want it a little more than they are. If you dare to be great, if you dare to do that something, if you dare to do something that you've never done before, if you dare to go to limits that you've never gone to before, they will remember your legacy forever. Thank you.
Representing the class of 2023 as the valedictorian is Ms. Morgan Bowles. Morgan is the daughter of Stephen and Joetta Bowles. She is a member of BPA, Stuco, NHS, FCA, basketball, and slow pitch softball. and physical therapist. Your future is only as good as the work you put into it, is her goal, is her motto.
Hello everyone, and good morning. Trust me, I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet because I'm also trying to walk across the stage at some point today. We've got quite a few more speeches, so get ready. First, I want to say thank you to my parents, sister, and Papa Joe, who's wearing that iconic cowboy hat, as always, for always being there with love and pushing me to be the best that I can. To Lulu and Court, I wouldn't have wanted to do this with anyone else. I also want to thank my crazy big family that if I were to try to list all of y'all, I think we'd be here all night, so I'm not going to. Love y'all. Secondly, I want to say thank you to every member of the Stratford schools and community. I would not have wanted to go to high school at any other place. You all have made me feel loved and at home, and I can never say thank you enough. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I've never been great at math, so Miss G, feel free to correct me on this. But let's say on average, we were in school 165 days every year. Now, I don't know if y'all know about this thing called COVID, so let's take off 40 days from our freshman year. So that means ever since we were 5 years old, we have been in school 2,105 days out of the 4,175 days. All that math to say, school has become a very normal and comfortable thing that we do in our lives. It is expected of us and required by the government to show up to school, well, most days. However, now that we are graduating, we are expected to go to college or some kind of schooling and get a great job and know exactly what we want to do for the rest of our lives right out of high school. I'm here to say to the class of 2023 that it's okay to not know exactly what we're going to do for the rest of our lives. Some of us are going to change majors 4 different times, get married, leave the state, get a job, lose that job, and we're all going to be faced with a number of different challenges in our path. Our version of normal and what's expected of us is completely changing. We are going on our own different paths with our own different obstacles, and that's okay. And the great thing about today is you can take 48 students who have all gone to school in the small town of Stratford, filled with a park for volleyball, about 10 churches, a sauna which we all survived off of, and of course one 4-way stop sign. And we all have our own personal experiences with bright futures ahead of us. I was once asked in an interview what my definition of success was. This question kind of stuck with me. Well, there is a definition in the dictionary, of course. My definition of success is not going to be the same as the 47 other members of my class, and it shouldn't be. I believe that the definition of success is to be happy and satisfied with where we are in life. From this point on, we're all going to have to figure out what our own successes are in the future and what it looks like. However, guys, we got this. So friends, family, teachers, coaches, community members, and most importantly, my fellow class of 2023, just know we're not going to figure it out overnight. Well, Jacob, the professor, might be able to figure it out overnight, honestly. It's okay, guys. You know the saying, you gotta live and learn a little? Well, now is the time where we're really about to live and learn. We really don't have a choice anymore. I wouldn't have wanted my high school experience with any other group of people. You have all helped to make me the person I am today, and thank you. Well, I can never say thank you enough because I think I'd be here all night, so I'm just gonna end with this. Your future is only as good as the work you put into it. So class of 2023, congratulations, and let's go work hard for our futures and our own successes. Thank you.
Representing the class of 2023 is valedictorian, Ms. Candy Bussey. Candy has attended Stratford since pre-K, 14 years. Candy is a member of NHS, NTHS, and HOSA. Candy's future plans are to attend ECU and obtain a bachelor's in nursing. She will work as a CNA at Mercy Hospital and become an EMT after passing her test next month. Ms. Candy Bussey.
Thank you, Mr. Blackburn. Bear with me because I may cry. I've seen my mom, so I may cry. Good morning, friends, family, teachers, faculty, and most importantly, the class of 2023. It is an honor and a privilege to be able to deliver this speech before you today. This is incredibly insane that today we'll be all graduates. 4 intense years of learning who we are, who we could become, and most importantly, what it will take for us to get there. The pressure was on us, and it forever will be. A constant battle of getting stuck in a place and feeling like it would take an army to get out of. I have a feeling that adulthood will be much worse. But we did it. Whether it be from the help of our family and friends, we are finally here. Looking out to see my fellow classmates, all the memories flood back into my mind as I think about how far we all came. So many challenges were faced, bad days were thrown at us, moments where we failed at something that maybe we worked so hard for and nearly gave up. The most rewarding side of going through these tough times are the beautiful battles that have been won. One of my favorite quotes states, "How long should you try? Until," by Jim Rohn. It means that no matter how many tries it takes to achieve something, don't give up until you get there. Don't walk away from a dream until you have it grasped in your hands, ready to show everyone that you did it. Don't wait until you are prepared, do it now. Don't wait until someone approves of your future for you to take chances on a possibility, on a once in a possible lifetime opportunity. I would like to take a moment and thank well-deserved people who have followed me through this journey of a lifetime. My mom, the strongest woman I know, sitting out in the crowd to watch my last baby graduate. Gratitude is an understatement for how thankful I am for you and everything you've done for me. You've helped me through my tough times and never gave up on me, even though I had a little bit of an attitude most of the time. I love you. To my sisters, Addie and Tiana, and my best friend, Mackenzie. Thank you so much for pushing me to try harder and to always remember that no matter how alone I feel, I can always count on y'all to be there for me. She can't be here today, even though I know she's watching from above. I would like to thank my Nana for being my motivation all these years and helping me pursue my passion for the medical field. And lastly, I would like to thank my medical teachers for giving me the knowledge that I need to know for this field and never letting me slack in their classes. As well as loving me and taking care of me like I'm their own, I appreciate you all more than what my words could ever express. We grew up, seniors. That is all we wanted to ever do was to grow up. We grew up sharing endless laughter and inside jokes within the walls of our classroom since 2010. We wish to be taller, wiser, older, and stronger. We grew up waiting for the bell to ring at the beginning and end of each and every day. We grew up reading picture books, and then when we could read better, we moved on to chapter books. Now, here we are closing one chapter of our lives and turning the page to a new one. Even though we are all grown up now, full of hopes and dreams, difficulties and successes, tears and laughter, we know we still have some growing up to do. And we are grateful for all the moments that have brought us here. With proud words and excitement, congratulations to the class of 2023. Thank you.
Representing the class of 2023 is valedictorian Mr. Devin Morton. Devin is the son of Lewis and Jamie Morton. Devin is a member of NHS, FFA, AJMAA, and the Ag Youth Council. Devin's future plans are to attend Oklahoma State next fall and obtain a degree in animal science pre-vet, and later go to vet school and get a career as a livestock embryologist. His favorite quote is, "They say life is what passes when you're too busy living." Zach Bryan, Mr. Devin Morton.
Out of 165. That's how many days of school I missed this year. So when people tell you that you won't graduate if you miss school, they're wrong. My name is Devin Morton, or part-time student Devin if you're Mr. Wilson, and I am proud to be standing in front of you as a graduate of the class of 2023. I wish I could thank everyone that has ever helped me get to where I am today, but I'm afraid that I would even bore myself. But I do have a few people that I would like to thank. To Hallie Pullen. We've made quite a few memories during our time in high school, from early mornings going to the Capitol for an AYC meeting with many prayers said when you were driving, to adopting Ashlyn our senior year and making many runs to Kobe Ryan's for Peachelani's. Shout out Kobe. High school has been fun with you, and I'm even more excited for college. Go Bucks. To Mr. Wright, I'll miss our late night talks in the ag truck coming back from a speech contest and our conversations in your office during class when we really should have been doing work. I will forever remember the memories that I have made in FFA over these past 5 years. To my mom and dad, like I said, I've missed 38 days of school this year, running around to cattle shows and judging contests and just about anything else that I could find. None of that could have been possible had you guys not believed in me. These past 4 years have been a roller coaster, and I can't thank you guys enough for the support that you have given me. To all of my classmates, I hope every one of you knows that it has been an incredible experience going through high school with all of you, and I look forward to seeing where the future takes us all. Thank you.
Representing the class of 2023 as valedictorian is Ms. Hallie Pullen. Hallie is the daughter of Kelly and Toby Pullen. Hallie is a member of Student Council, NHS, FFA, Ag Youth Council, AFR Youth Council, and Thrive Youth Group. Hallie's future plans are to attend Oklahoma State and major in Ag Communications. She hopes to become an Ag Marketing Manager. Her favorite quote is, "Do it for the plot." Ms. Hallie Pullen.
Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a Zach Bryan fanatic. So much so that when I thought I couldn't get tickets to his concert, I cried. And then cried again when I did get tickets. Devin can testify to that. In one of Zach's many songs that I listen to on repeat, he states, "Find someone who grows flowers in the darkest parts of you." I've thought about this song and specifically this verse a lot since its release date. A few people instantly come to mind when I ask myself who those people in my life are. But the truth is, over the years, at some point in time, each of you have been that person to me. As I shuffle back through the bookshelves of memories made in the last 13 years at Stratford Public Schools, I can't help but smile. In Mrs. Carter's pre-K class, I have memories of nap time next to Caitlin. We got really good at fake sleeping and then opening our eyes to make eye contact immediately after Mrs. Carter had laid a piece of candy on our mats. In Mrs. Quall's first grade class, I distinctly remember Courtney pulling my first tooth because I was too scared for anyone else to touch it. In Mrs. Savage's second grade class, I remember climbing into the treehouse with Tucker and Tommy because it was the only way we could tolerate reading to meet our AR goals. In sixth grade, I remember experiencing Camp Goddard together and thinking it was the end of the world without our phones. And of course, being the scavenger hunt champions, even after London's accidental tuck and roll. Freshman year brought a lot of changes that I didn't like at first, but I did enjoy having the most iconic FFA opening ceremonies team to date that consisted of Courtney, Hunter, Morgan, Devin, Jace, and myself. And now fast forward to senior year, the big one. The breakfast trips to Kobe Ryan's to get peach-flavored Alani's with Hunter, Dev, and Ashlyn were an everyday thing, and having grant sessions in Mr. Wright's office was a must. But despite popular belief, we finally made it. I say all of that to simply show that over the years, my friend groups have changed, and we've changed, and that's okay. That's what's supposed to happen in this crazy thing called life. We've learned, we've loved each other, and we've grown. But no matter what, each of us has had a role in writing each other's stories. My hope for each of you, as we move on with our lives and go out into the real world, is that you continue to find the right people at the right time to influence your life in the right way. I remember being younger and my mother told me true. Find someone who grows flowers in the darkest parts of you. Take heed when things get hard, and don't you ever turn around. You'll find someone, someday, somehow, that grows you to the clouds. Keep being the people who water others' flowers, and find those who water yours too. I just pray the people watering mine wear orange. Thank you, SHS, and go Folks.
Courtney Willingham. Courtney is the daughter of Natalie and Stacy Schultz and Jim and Tanya Willingham. Courtney is a member of Student Council, NHS, EPA, FCA, basketball, track, and a member of the East Main Church of Christ. Courtney's future plans are to attend Oklahoma Christian and major in exercise science and become an occupational therapist to specialize in special needs children. Her favorite quote is, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." Matthew 5:16. Ms. Courtney Willingham.
Well, I would just like to say that Devin netted me $5 if I didn't cry. I will not have $5 when I leave this building, so I apologize. It's definitely safe to say that I never thought this day would come. I can still remember being in first grade, watching all of the graduates walk through the hallway in their caps and gowns, and myself thinking, I'll never make it there. Surely Jesus is going to come back before then. Yet here I am, standing on stage in front of you today in this cap and tassel, with so many memories, experiences, and friendships that have made the Courtney you see before you today. God has a way of showing His plan to us in so many different ways, but when I look back on my experiences here at Stratford Public Schools, the only words I can say are, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have grown up in a small town where there is always a helping hand and kind words given. I'm blessed to have had teachers, faculty, and staff that have never doubted my abilities and at times had more hope in me than I have had in myself. I'm blessed to have friends that have made my life easier and have loved me through all of my seasons. I'm blessed to have a family that has done nothing but support me and brought me up as a strong woman in Christ. And lastly, I'm so incredibly blessed to have been so intricately placed here by God in this year, in this town, in this family, with this class, with these beautiful people that I've grown up beside. Overall, I'm so thankful for all of these blessings, not only because of what they mean to me, but also how they have made me. Growing up in the town of Stratford has created a desire in me to notice the little things in life that others might not see, and that is what I encourage you to do. Let's just try it now. Everyone close your eyes. I have so much power in the room right now. Let's start with this morning. You obviously got ready this morning, so just go through the steps it took you to get to this moment. Maybe you woke up rested. Maybe you woke up a little too early, and when you rolled over to check your phone, you realized you could go back to sleep for 2 more hours instead of 2 minutes. Yeah, we've all been there. Maybe you're having a good hair day. Maybe you got to see the sunrise this morning. Maybe you got your coffee with just the right amount of creamer in it. Or maybe all the right songs came up on your playlist on the way here. Okay, now everyone open your eyes. Even if the things I listed didn't happen to you in the span of time you've been awake, I've got a small moment and blessing that all of us received today, guaranteed. We opened our eyes this morning, and we all took a breath. We're all alive, blessed with this moment right now, and in every second we're blessed with another one. Now, tomorrow, throughout whatever stage of life is next for you, I beg you to take the time to slow down and see the little things. Because the two things about life are, there will always be good, and it always goes by so much faster than you think. It might be after a dark, cold night, but there is always joy in the morning. There is always a blessing in each breath, and always a hope for a better tomorrow. Thank you.
Representing the class of 2023 and introducing the rose ceremony is valedictorian Ms. London Anderson. London is the daughter of Willie and Tammy Anderson. She is a member of BPA, FCA, NHS, Stuco, basketball, slow and fast pitch softball, media team, and Thrive Youth Group. Her future plans are to attend Northwestern Oklahoma State University and obtain a degree in early childhood education and a minor in business. After college, she wants a steady teaching job and eventually, after a few years, open up her own daycare. Our favorite quote is Colossians 3:23, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not men. Ms. Landon Anderson.
Thank you, Mr. Blackburn. Okay, bear with me because I'm super emotional. So, let's get to this. Good early morning, class of 2023. I know none of us have been up this early since junior year, but here we are. This is our last shebang. So, Shonda, let's not fall asleep like you did in mom's class every day. My mama said that I have to thank the teachers, so here you go. Thank you to all of my teachers for all that you've done for me and my future. First off, I want to thank Miss Wright for helping me sew my pants back together. I want to thank Miss Caton for convincing me to join Freaky Friday. I may have been annoyed with all the rehearsals, thanks Court for always correcting me. But I truly enjoyed every second of the time I spent backstage with some of the kindest humans I've ever met. Without Freaky Friday, I would have never made the relationships that I never knew I needed. Also, thank you, Mr. Meyer, for listening to all of my drama and for teaching me how to finally draw a stick figure. Thank you to all of my coaches for putting up with me for so long. Many people have said I am hard-headed and stubborn, although I still can't seem to see why they think that. Coach Caden, although you've yelled at me more than anyone you coach, I know it's been for my good. Thank you for always pushing me to be the best I can be on and off the court. Go, Coach Peerage. Oh goodness. Even though you're like ancient, you always make me feel out of shape when working out with me, so thanks for that. But for real, thank you for truly caring for me like your own and doing everything in your power to help me get to where I am. Thank you for all of our tantrums and always spoiling us all. Oh, Coach Marcus Savage. I think I can speak for every single basketball girl when I say how thankful I am for the time and dedication you have put into our program. Thank you for always putting up with me, even though I know you're almost bald because of me. I'm going to miss the times you made me cry, the times you made me run stairs, and the times you made me do push-ups when everybody's watching me struggle. I know I'll forever look up to you. Thank you for always portraying how Christ loves and acts in every aspect of life. Thank you, Fast Pitch Softball, for helping me breathe love again. You guys pushed me in every single way. Thank you guys for always being so hyped in the dugout, even though you always thought I was too loud for some reason. Thank you guys for the team bonding trips to Ada, and also thanks to Ed for hitting a grand slam so we could win all 3 championships. Ken, I'll forever miss the dynamic catcher-pitcher duo we had. Also, shout out to Coach B for finally letting me slap my senior year. Our team was connected in every aspect of life and the game. I love you guys. Oh goodness, basketball. You've been a wild ride. Freshman year was the best. I got to have an undefeated freshman season, and I had the opportunity to play basketball with my favorite human. Love you, sis. I'll never forget the rides, especially when we got to play cards in the back of the bus and we had a blowout. Sophomore year was made for half-court shots. Thank you, Alex Tournament, making some of my favorite basketball memories. Junior year was our last year with J-Ball. Thanks for always pushing the whole team and making us run with you after practice, even though we really didn't want to. Senior year started with tons of team camps. My favorite would have to be Branson. Branson was one of my favorite memories of all times. We went to multiple shows, played tons of basketball, sang the Pitch Perfect ripoff about a million times, and had late night game nights. Senior year was when I finally decided to shoot the basketball, even if it was from 7 feet behind the line and Coach Kate and Coach Savage made me. Thank you guys. My last senior sport. It all started when I finally convinced Momo to join the softball team. We had so much fun from teaching her how to bat to her hitting it over in districts. Go Momo. Also, thank you Outfield for not letting me dive when I dove into the fence multiple times, but mainly when we won the RWB and I jumped up so high in the air and robbed the home run ball. To the people that have been by my side for 18 years, you've taught me so much and more. I am so thankful for the huge loving family that God has blessed me with. I know we are crazy loud, and every home ball game is like a family reunion to others, but I wouldn't want it any other way. Thank you guys for always being my #1 fans. I want to thank Dodo and the boys for the countless hours spent on the road to travel to my games.
Thank you, Grandma and Grandpa, for never missing a game, even though you have tons of grandkids playing all around the state at the same time. Thank you, Jax, for loving me unconditionally and truly being one of the best humans I've been around. Mom, Dad, Landon, Blake, Blaney, and even Benji. Thank you for pushing me to get better at everything I do, even though I am limited. And for being there when I needed my family the most. As many of y'all might know, my Nana passed away the Sunday before my senior year started. It was a serious struggle at first, but I had faith and trusted the ultimate plan. But thank you to my family for making me feel so special in those times. I love y'all so much. My fellow classmates, thank you for the many memories I built, and I encourage you all to find Christ and build a firm foundation in Him. Psalms 119:10 says, I seek you with all my heart. Do not let me stray from your commands. This new chapter will begin the moment we walk across the stage. Many of us are going into the real world and must make decisions for ourselves. Thinking back to some of my favorite childhood memories living in High School Musical 2, Troy Bolton says, I always liked the idea of being in charge of my future until it started happening. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but that's how I feel about now. I'm nervous to see what the world has to bring, but I know whatever it brings, I won't be alone. It will be to serve a sovereign God who has a mighty plan to glorify our Father in heaven. Cling to Christ, everyone. He is all we need. We'll be tempted right now more than ever in life, and we must seek Christ with all we have. I wish you guys the best of luck. Love you all. Now we begin the rose ceremony. We would like to give everyone recognition for planting seeds into our lives. This is a small token of our appreciation to our parents, teachers, and friends. We would like to celebrate you in a tangible form through roses. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. We do want to let you know we appreciate everybody in attendance here today in support of this great class. A few words that I want to say before we get to the presentation of diplomas. I first want to say to part-time Devin did not tell you the whole story about how missing 38 days still allows one to get credit and graduate, okay? So just to be clear for all of you here that especially still in school or underclassmen, and are thinking, wow, that's a lot of days to miss, sweet. It includes what's called school activity absences. And thanks to Mr. Wright in the ag program, who will be on probation because of so many days they miss. And Devin's a great student, and they keep up their grades. That's important. We do promote and encourage students to be highly active in extracurricular activities, and this class is certainly that. So I just wanted to clarify that a little bit on the 38 days. That's a lot of days, all right, but Devin and the others, they've done a great job of continuing and keeping up the grade. Graduates, as we started the year with a message of how fast the year will go by. You may not remember that, but we talked about that your senior year will go by fast. And so we encourage you to enjoy and make the most and the best of each day. So here we are today, the last day of your senior year, if you will, the last day as a class together. I want you to know how much I appreciate each of you, and I'm happy for and proud of each one of you for your accomplishments. And they are many. Family and friends, I'm happy to share with all of you today that the amount of scholarship money awarded to this class is $813,000 and is still growing. So let's give them a round of applause. I would like to recognize just a few individuals and maybe a small group. I think that justifies special recognition today. I'm happy to inform you that this class contains two separate groups of 3 students. One group of 3, and I would like for these to stand and be recognized if they would. One group I'm very happy and proud to share they have made the noble decision to serve our country and recently signed with the Oklahoma Army National Guard. And I would like them to stand. That's Blake English, Josiah Stevens, Longley Whitehouse. Congratulations to them, and we appreciate them so much. We have another group of 3 students that was recently announced Oklahoma Academic Scholars, which requires an ACT score of 27 or higher. And I would like them to stand and be recognized, and that's Jacob Savage, Josiah Stevens, and Devin Morton. Congratulations to you 3. A couple of others I would like to recognize that it's a kind of a special honor that they was chosen to serve on a couple of committees and councils, we call it. It's the Oklahoma Department of Agricultural Youth Council, and that's a great honor. And this year we had Hallie Pullen and Devin Morton that was selected to serve on this council. So if you two would please stand together. And then we had a couple that was recognized as what's called academic all-staters in their specific events and categories. And that is also Hallie Pullen. She was OIE Academic All-State, and Courtney Willingham was High School Girls Basketball Academic All-State. So congratulations to you. So as you can tell and see, and with the number of white robes we're wearing today, very talented class, very diverse. And I'm also very happy to share today, and I think it deserves recognition, and it's due partly to this class, not all of this class, but certainly this class played a large role in it, that Stratford High School is the only school in Garvin County and one of only 2 schools in the surrounding 5 counties, which includes 37 high schools, that recently was reported that made an A on the newly released school report card. And so we're happy and proud to have that. Again, thank you to seniors for the role in that. Seniors, one quick thing I want to share with you before we part ways. I'll keep it short, but it's to do with happiness and success. For you see, there are no secrets to success. It's simply the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. Obviously, with what we've recognized today, we see that this class that you guys have prepared, you worked hard. You fail from time to time. The key there is learning from that failure. And the best place to succeed, as I like to say, is where you are with what you have. As far as happiness goes, it is said that happiness is when what you think and what you say and what you do are in harmony. So I want to encourage this class, each of you, to not wait for things to get easier. Don't wait for things to get simpler. Don't wait for things to get better. For you see, life will always be complicated. Learn to be happy now. Otherwise, you'll run out of time. Psalms chapter 1 and verses 1 and 2 says, blessed, or elated, or blissful. Many terms for that word. Happy is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord. and in his law doth he meditate day and night. May God bless and keep each of you. May you always look to him for guidance. So at this time, on the first row, please rise for the presentation of diplomas. London Michelle Anderson. Morgan Faye Boyles. Courtney Elizabeth Willingham. Tommy Lee Cartanu. Jacob Carl Savage. Ethan Jeff Willingham. Hunter Garrett Morton. Cammy Jodon Bussey. Evan Tyler Morton. Hallie Joe Poland. Caitlin Marie Dobbs. Brian Jace Folks. Nolan Cross Hall. Gracie Bell Will. Josiah Ray Stevens. Laney Starr Williams. Braden Cole Ward. John Kenneth Mann. Blake Junior English. Daniel Richard Welsh. Aaron Taylor Carter. Axel James McKinney. Hope Sheila Whitehead. Jaden Nicole Oldham. Shonda Dale McMillan. Michaela Rochelle Penny. Liberty Joe Fires. Emma Elizabeth Wilkerson. Riley Dawn Hurley. Katie Josephine Hobson. Mackenzie Nicole Hicks. George Aganaga. Caleb Troy Boatride. Braxton Lee Knight. Jaden J-Dog Cole Alverson. Tucker Scott Maxwell. Zane Rylin Pennington. Sean Marcus Arian. Abby May Stites.
Caleb Connor Brown. Bailey Ray Wessel. Leah J. Forstrom.
Wayne Duty. Shelby Ray Dawn Rawlings. This time, will the class of 2023 please rise? Members of the board, Mr. Blackburn, we have completed the guidelines set forth by the state of Oklahoma, and we confirm that these seniors are eligible to participate in this graduation ceremony. Seniors, you may turn your tassels. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to present to you the class of 2023.